here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the sun, woman.
Hello friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel for this month's new moon readings. The new moon is falling in the sign of Aquarius on January 28th, and so this reading is going to cover that time frame through to February 27th, the new moon in Pisces. I want to say happy birthday to all my fellow Aquarians. I'm also an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So a lot of strong Aquarian energy there. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who likes and shares the videos and who comments. I appreciate your energy that you put in, and I appreciate your loyalty to the channel. Now, this new moon in Aquarius really marks the beginning of 2017 in a lot of ways. You're going to be finding that the energy of 2016 is really going to be passing away. And with this new moon in Aquarius, you know, the ball gets rolling for what's going to be happening for us in this new year. Aquarius is the sign of the innovator, the sign of the humanitarian. You know, Aquarius pours out the waters of humanity, love, and peace. And justice in that, you know, as that water bearer. So in your own individual lives as well as in the world around us, you may see, you know, more of a quest for freedom, for independence, for the protection of your own rights, the protection of the rights of others. Many of you may be getting more involved in humanitarian causes for justice and peace and equality. So again, keep your eyes open for that in your life as well as, you know, what's going on around us in the world at large. Now, we're also in a period of eclipses, so it's eclipse season time again. The eclipses in February are going to be falling on February 10th in the sign of Virgo, so Virgo and Pisces are going to be very strong there. Those eclipses that's a full moon eclipse on February 10th, so as we know, full moons bring culmination, they bring endings, they bring clearing away of energies so that we can start, you know, with a fresh slate. Now, you may find a lot of clearing away of the emotional baggage from the previous 6 months in your own life. Allow that to happen. Allow those closures to happen, because there are new and more resonant things coming through to you, and you don't want to have that baggage holding on to that and prevent those blessings from coming into you. All right. So we'll get more into that around the full moon. Hopefully, I'll be able to do full moon readings for you at that time. But for now, let's just concentrate on the new moon in Aquarius for each of the 12 individual signs. Now, these are general readings. If you'd like a private reading that is, again, very specific, very tailored to your own personal situation, please contact me at the link below here in the information box at my website, or you can contact me on Facebook as well. Thank you again for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and let's go ahead and take a look at the individual readings for the 12 signs. Hello, my lovely Tauruses. So the new moon in Aquarius is going to be highlighting your 10th house. And, you know, the 10th house historically and traditionally is the house of our career, our public standing. It's the house of status. You know, it's the way that the world sees us, that society sees us and our lifestyle and what we have achieved, you know, our achievements, whether those are through our professional achievements or even whether they are through, you know, our family achievements, the things that we inherit, the legacies that we inherit. Often, you know, our public standing has a lot to do with the way our family members, our parents or our grandparents were perceived. So that influence is there. The 10th house also, you know, it has to do with the father influence in our life. So, you know, there could be a significant development in the next month that is in relationship to your father, or the influence of your father in your life. Okay, so some connection between your father's life and yours, your father's influence on yours, whether he is, still with us or whether he has passed on. The 10th house on a professional level is very much, the apex of the chart. So what you have achieved, what ladder you have climbed to get to where you want to be in your life. So many of you this month may find some significant developments in your professional life. Or, you may decide to start a new job, a new career. You may find that you are being promoted or elevated in some way in your career. And some of you may even be out into the public eye. Okay, the 10th house, again, it deals with the public standing, public view. So some of you may be involved in activities, work, that it's going to bring you out into the public eye. You might be on television, or you might be, at some kind of convention or rally, or something that's going to bring you before a large audience. Where relationships are concerned, the new moon in the 10th house could find some of you getting involved with someone that you work with, someone who very possibly is in a higher position than you, maybe a supervisor or a VP or an owner, manager, director of your company, or where you work. The message that you need to know for this month, which is indicated here by the oracle card, is that you need to take the time to be still. Okay? I don't feel like this is going to be the month for you to make decisions that are going to be written in stone, or to even take significant decisive action. And the reason for that is that we're in eclipse season, which I have mentioned, in the introduction. And because of that, the energies are kind of all over the place. Things are unsettled. Things are ending. Things are beginning. That new moon in Aquarius, Aquarius is a very unpredictable sign, ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of change and, revolt. It's the planet ruled by that electrical energy that can bring things in very quickly and end things very quickly. So there's some instability there. And then we have the full moon eclipse coming up on February 10th, which again, eclipses bring a lot of energy out into the atmosphere, and we have to kind of wait until the dust settles about a week after that new moon, after that full moon eclipse, to see what changes have taken place or what has happened in our lives that now we can start rebuilding or build on. So it's a great time for you to get this card, which talks about keeping still, meditation, self-renewal, keeping your composure, remaining detached, remaining serene, because you want to be that person that is that, that steady Taurian energy that's going to be firmly rooted, not easily knocked off of your balance, not easily shaken by whatever weather, astrological weather is going on, whatever energies are going on. You want to really dig into that power that you have as that strong rooted Taurian, that earth sign, like an oak tree, and stay rooted, stay steady, even if everything going on around you is changing and transforming. Okay, you want to be that solid rock, that others can depend on, as things are moving and new things are coming in and old things are leaving. Okay, now in the recent past, it's interesting because we have the Death card here. And so the Death card indicates, you know, definite transformation going on in your life in the recent months. Now, again, 2016 was not the easiest year for most of us. There was a lot of endings in 2016. So, you know, this Death card represents that. That's the end of things, culmination, you know, old things dying away so that new things can begin. So you yourself have already experienced some of this change, and now you're ready for something new. Okay, this is an influence that's passing away. You're coming out of January with the Death card energy. So something has changed either in your life or even about you. Okay, it could be your attitude. It could be you may have transformed yourself physically in some way. Maybe you've lost a significant amount of weight, or you have changed your appearance. You know, something, there has been a major change, a significant change for you, and now you are coming out of the other end. Now, what a great energy to be coming out of this period with, because we have the Eight of Wands as what is on you right now, okay? And so when I say now, I'm talking about, you know, the beginning of February. The Eight of Wands is about movement. It's about progress. It is about energy sweeping in very quickly, and you're swept toward where you want to go with that energy. Now, it could be towards a situation, it could be towards a person, it could be towards a new job, a new career, a new way of life. Okay, the Eight of Wands is a really good energy because it gives you motivation. It gives you, you know, it gives you that momentum. Often it brings messages into our lives. Often it brings information that we didn't have before. So you may be receiving phone calls or text messages, or you know, something in the mail, or sitting down for a meeting and being enlightened about a situation that you had no idea about, and that may help move you forward to whatever goals you've been trying to reach. Okay, wands here are usually related to professional pursuits. All right, and the energy that goes behind those. Wands are change. Wands are magnetic energy, magnetism, momentum. So, you know, nothing stays the same is what the Eight of Wands talks about. You know, it's moving, it's constant change, significant change. Things being in flux always, things always being in motion. So, you know, consider yourself, interesting how, you know, you're being called to be rooted and to be steady and stable, and not feed into any of the unstable energy that may be going on around you. And here's this energy going on around you, that Eight of Wands, okay? Moving things out of your way, moving things towards you that you want, moving you, whether you know it or not, toward the direction that you want to go into, all right? Now, movement can signify, you know, it can be symbolic, but it can also be very literal. Some of you may be traveling, okay? There may be an opportunity for travel that's going to take you out of where you were before and what you were doing before. If you receive a job offer, you know, in the first week of February, that, you know, it may have a travel component to it. You know, you may have to get ready to, you know, grab your bags and your passport and go without much, you know, without much deliberation on it. And you know, the downside of the Eight of Wands is that it can be movement without thought behind it first, okay? Kind of just being swept away. So, but I'm not afraid for you with that energy, because your personality, who you are, and what you're being called to do this month, being steady, is going to, anchor you so that you don't get caught up. I feel like if something new comes into your life, or someone new comes into your life this month, you're going to kind of look at the situation, you're going to think about it, you're going to deliberate on it, you're going to weigh things, you're going to kind of see, all right, how is this going to change the landscape of my life? All right, how is this going to, is this going to take me where I need to go? Or is this person going to be the kind of energy that I need to be around, the next year or years to come? The number 8 could be significant for you, is the message I'm getting right now. So 8 is a number of power. 8 is a number of money. 8 is a material number. So this energy that's moving could be moving you toward more power, more financial success, more financial stability. And the Strength card now is coming into, what you're moving towards. And for me, the time frame for this will be mid-February, okay? And interesting, because the Strength card always comes up when we are being told to use our inner strength, our inner guidance, to keep things stable, all right, to not be influenced, or to not lose our balance and lose our bearings. Strength is a card about quiet strength. Again, very interesting, because the Strength card and the keeping still card energy are very much the same, talking about being serene and waiting things out, and kind of holding on, holding back a little bit to see where things are after the dust settles. Okay, so the message that I'm getting is that, with the Strength card representing mid-February and that full moon eclipse around the 10th, between the 10th and say the 15th of February, you may need to kind of hold yourself back a little bit from making a decision, or from impetuously diving into something, or throwing yourself into something, whether it's a situation or a relationship. Exercise self-control is what the Strength card represents. All right, it's having control over our desires, having control over our ego, and what would kind of move us out of instinct, the higher mind, the superego. It tells us to think again, or to review the situation, to analyze it before we jump the gun. Okay, so this is not a jump the gun month at all. So exercise that strength, and wait a while. Wait until the end of February is the message here, because I'm going to get to the Ace of Wands that is coming up for your message for the end of the month, which is a really great message. But let's just go through, because I feel like whatever you hold yourself about, or take a breath, or take a beat, or just wait a while, it's going to pay off, because at the end of the month you have this new beginning coming up. Okay, something is going to present itself that's going to be a spark of newness. But let's not go there yet. So the King of Swords is crowning your reading. And the King of this particular position is the advice card. Okay, so this is the card that lets you know what your best course of action is within this situation. Now, the King of Swords is air energy. This could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. All right, now it's coming up as a king, but this could be male or female energy. And so this king, I like having this king at the apex of your reading here, because this king is very decisive, very logical, very intelligent, very wise. This king has a lot of experience, a lot of life experience. He or she has been through it all, okay? And through mental strength, mental power, through intelligence, through making the right decisions, through being rational thought and rational decision making, they have been successful at overcoming any difficulties. Now, swords are obstacles. Swords are, stresses, things that have happened, pressure, things that have taken place in our lives that test us. Okay, swords are situations, things that test our mettle. So this King of Swords has been tested, okay, and has won. Okay, is the king, is the top energy as far as personality is concerned. And it's interesting because on this card, the king is wearing a lot of medals here. So there's success, there's recognition, there is respect. Kings do battle, and they may not necessarily be out on the battlefield, although historically many kings did fight with their troops. Okay, so these medals were not given away. Okay, they earned these medals. So whoever this energy is, this King of Swords, I feel like you are very wise to take their advice, seek them out for their advice, for their counsel, because I feel that whatever information they give you is going to be significant to help you make the decisions this month, and hold off on what you may want to jump on this month, but that if you do that, you may be jumping too quickly. Okay, so again, this could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini energy. That could be their sun, moon, or rising, okay, or significant air in their chart as well. And since we are in the time period of Aquarius up until about February 19th or 20th, this period of time could be a very decisive moment. This time of Aquarius could be very decisive in your life right now, okay, of bringing in change and bringing in situations where you have to choose and you have to make decisions based on rational thought process and rational decision making. Okay, for many of you, this might be in your career. You may receive that job offer from that Eight of Wands, but you may need to, and again with that full moon eclipse, you want to wait a little while until after that eclipse before you accept something, because you may find that the offer that you're given may change after that energy is over. Okay, after that full moon eclipse energy is over, or up to 6 months down the line, you may have made a different decision after the dust settled and things were a little more stable toward the end of February. Okay, so what these cards are here for is to give you information for potentials and for things that we with our our human will can change. All right, so these are the weather forecasts for, the time periods that we're asking about. So again, that King of Swords there. Interesting, the message is on the King of Swords, there's a quote here from D.H. Lawrence, and it says, "The great virtue is the real courage to face facts and live beyond them." So you may have to really face the facts of some situation and now take steps to accept what you cannot change and change what you have the power to change. All right, that's the message that the King of Swords is bringing to you. Now, what's the influence around you? Well, we have the Ace of Swords here. Again, you're moving from the King of Swords, who is a decision maker, a decisive leader, to now this influence of that decision. That Ace of Swords is taking that sword and cutting through the BS, cutting through. Interesting, because the card says to face facts and live beyond them. You may finally get down to the truth of a matter and face those facts, and then decide, all right, listen, I know what I have to cut away in my life, and I know what I have to keep in my life. I know the truth. Now, the Ace of Swords is a truth card. It brings about enlightenment. Sometimes it brings about the difficult truth so that you really know where you stand and you're not living in a fantasy world, okay? And the Ace of Swords, it's all about making a decision. So a decision is going to be required of you in order for you to now make progress and move forward in whatever this is, okay? And again, the Ace of Swords, more air energy there. So definitely this period of Aquarius, it could be quite an effective period for you in helping you make progress in an area that you were maybe bogged down in. Okay, that Eight of Wands sweeping the change, you sweeping in that change, you having to kind of take a breath, take a beat, and say, okay, wait a minute, let me think about this, let me go to my go-to person, whoever that is, my consigliere, my confidant, and get their opinion. This King of Swords also, for some of you, might be an attorney. Okay, that word consigliere came to me just now, but that could be someone that you are going to for counsel. Consigliere meaning counsel. So you could be hiring an attorney to assist you on something, and that person will finally help you get down to the truth, so that you can take advantage of this period where you have the ability to take decisive action. The truth is being revealed around you. It's being brought to you. The facts, the cold hard facts, are being brought to you, and now you can make decisions based on these facts. Okay, now what's the obstacle? Well, the Four of Cups is here, and what an interesting card to come up amongst all of this wands and swords and major arcana. The Four of Wands talks about the need for change, okay? And when the Four of Wands the Four of Cups comes up, there is some emotional connection to something that you need to take another look at. All right, you may be still connected to something emotionally that is preventing you from looking around you and seeing a blessing that is trying to be offered to you. From the heavens, from a person in your life, from, in your work situation, in your career. The Four of Cups brings a gift. On the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's a hand offering a cup, but the person in the card is so busy looking at the three cups that they already have that they don't see this hand offering this new blessing, this new beginning, okay? So this could very well be a relationship situation where you are still caught up emotionally in what could have been or what you wish could have been, and you're not seeing the truth of the matter that's trying to set you free here. All right, that's trying to set you free to something new and greater and more aligned to your good, more resonant to what you need to be doing right now and who you need to be with. The Four of Cups also, you could be in a job situation or a career situation that, you've been doing it for a long time and you've put a lot into it. Those 3 cups that are there, you filled them up to the brim and you can't fill them up any longer. And now you're wondering, well, now what do I do now? What's next? I've gone as far as I could go in this situation, and you're so busy focusing on what you've done or what has already taken place that you don't really even see a new potential that's being born. Remember, you have the Death card here, so something has been born in your life. Something new is on offer to you. Are you going to accept it with the Four of Cups? Or with this card in the obstacle area, are you going to allow yourself to continue to be emotionally tied to a situation or a person or a thought process or a memory or a job or career that no longer holds the potential for something new or for change? Okay, the message on this card: when the music changes, so should the dance. All right, so the music has changed for you in some way, and now you need to find a new dance, a new movement, a new way of moving, new inspiration, a new emotional connection, or a new spark of emotional fulfillment. Okay, so now talking about new sparks. Well, if this is resonating for you and you are following the progression here, it looks like by the end of February you will find out what that new spark is. Okay, something is going to be offered to you. You're going to recognize it, you're going to see it, and you are going to take advantage of it. The message on the Ace of Wands: whatever you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. All right, and that is powerful because it's you hearing that call to begin something new, to take advantage of a rebirth. Okay, look, you're coming out of death and transformation to a new beginning, having that spark of creativity that is going to influence in your life. All of this fire and energy. Wands represent fire, Sagittarius energy, Aries energy, Leo energy. Okay, so that is tremendous creative energy there. So if something presents itself to you that you can start, that you can begin, that you can, that it may take a little boldness, pulling yourself out of your comfort zone, because my Tauruses, you can get stuck in that comfort zone. The same way that you can be rooted and not, be knocked off of your base by changes that go on around you, you can also be so deeply rooted that you get stuck. Okay? And so the Ace of Wands is telling you it's time to perhaps pick up roots or put down new roots, or, recognize the need to now move, to, unground yourself. I made up a new word, but to, get unstuck from where you are now by the end of February and take advantage of this new energy that wants to be born and radiate warmth and energy and creativity and magnetism in your life. Okay? Noticing here that you have two aces, the Ace of Swords, which is truth, and the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings and energy. So you have a lot of new beginning energy that is trying to sweep its way into your life in the month of February, Taurus. Who's better than you in this situation, because you've already been through the ringer, you've been through the changes, and now you have support, you have assistance here, and you are being swept into some brand new beginning, which you need to let go of the past to take advantage of. Okay? And also, if we're applying this to emotional relationships, the Ace of Wands is about passion. It's about passion. There's sexual magnetism there. There's energy, there's light, there is, Ace of Wands is that Kundalini energy that rises up. And so, it's the energy of creativity. So there is definitely a spark of creativity that is going to be there for you to take advantage of at the end of February, or even the spark of connection, new beginnings, passionate new beginnings with someone coming into your life, or someone, perhaps it's this King of Swords. Perhaps there is a passionate new beginning with this King of Swords in your life. You may have been through changes, and you may have seen some movement toward where you want to be with this king, and you're being required to kind of just hold on a little longer in order to take advantage of this regeneration of a relationship, perhaps. Strength is a card that also talks about reconciliations. So some of you may be reconciling, getting back together, or finding a new energy in a relationship that you've been in before, or that you're currently in. Okay? And interesting with the Four of Cups, what an interesting card here. When the music changes, so should the dance. So something's changed in your relationship, but you're being told to now dance to the new music. That song, how do we keep the music playing? Whenever I see this card, I think of that song. How do we make it last? So you need to find a new way now to keep the music playing in your relationship, and to adapt to this new energy that's being presented to you. All right, my Tauruses, so those are the messages for you for the month of February. I hope that those have resonated for you. Again, if you'd like a private reading, please contact me at my website or on Facebook. I'll be happy to do a reading for you for 2017. Thank you again for tuning in, and as always, I wish you love, peace, and joy, and I bid you Namaste.